I'm the future of musical theater, Scott. Hello, everyone. Terrence here with Hollywood Already Did It. If you haven't already, go ahead, like, share, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell below. Anytime we have something, you'll be among the first to know. Well, hell, this movie just knocked me on my ass. Tick Tick Boom is the first film from director Lin-Manuel Miranda, and is sort of the perfect cheat code for the playwright. Boom is about the creator of Rent, Jonathan Larson, and sort of how he navigates love, relationship, pressure, and this self-imposed time clock that all artists sort of put on themselves to be successful as a theater composer. And how age, you're like, oh, I'm 30, I'm too old to do this, and all of that stuff. You know how, if you're a creator, you know how that doubt comes into your brain. It's kind of like, I should be here. My parents have the house and 2 kids and all this by this point in time. I can barely pay rent. And that is what this sort of entails. When I say a film tapped me on the shoulder and said, hey, you need to see this, this was that film. This movie is a part love letter to Jonathan and part refilming or filming of his lesser known property in Tick Tick Boom, which is a play of the same name. This film and the play itself sort of act as a pseudo bio film about him and his life prior to making Rent and subsequently passing the day before Rent opens. Like I said, for anyone who is in the arts or any type of creator or musician or writer or whatnot who feel that they aren't where they want to be or where they should be or where they have seen themselves when they had that vision board when they were younger, if they're not there, this is the film that you need to see. This is the film that shows you that there is no time stamp. There is no self-imposed time. There's no need to do that. This gives you that glimmer of hope, the saying time, it works for you how it's supposed to work for you. If it's meant to be, it's going to meant to be. You don't have to worry about your age. You don't have to put this impactful pressure on you. Yes, put pressure on you to chisel your art form and get into that, but don't put pressure as far as worrying about the outside world and the time and all that stuff. If it's meant, if there's a time, it's going to happen for you. The most important thing is that you keep believing in yourself and keep pushing yourself so that when that opportunity comes, you're ready for it. Andrew Garfield needs to be protected at all costs. That man is a gift. There are 2 films this year where that guy has made me tear up, and damn you, Andrew. In this film, he is phenomenal. He is both vulnerable. He has a way of just being so real and so vulnerable in the smallest of things, and it elevates this film to another level to have him playing Jonathan and being so real, so vulnerable, and so open. He was the perfect choice for this role and elevated this movie to only heights that he could. I did not know that this man was as talented as he was as far as singing and all that stuff. Kudos. He, by far, is the best performance from a male that I've seen this year, and it's not even close. And I've seen him in different stuff. Like, I watched Tammy Faye, and he was great in that. Completely different from this, and obviously, spoiler, he's in that other movie that I won't say name in case you haven't seen it. But you know what I'm talking about. There are tons of, if you're a theater nut, there are tons of cameos here sprinkled throughout, from Hamilton to Rent to B.B. Newport, like everything you can think of. There's some theater folks that are sprinkled out through here, and this is clearly both a love letter and a tip of the cap. Thank you from Lin-Manuel Miranda to Jonathan Larson, because a lot of the new age musicals are a descendant of this. You wouldn't get the hip hop musicals that Lin-Manuel Miranda has done if it wasn't for these rock musicals that Jonathan Larson sort of put on the board. So they are direct descendants of each other, and I think there's a lot of admiration and thank you to Jonathan Larson from Lin-Manuel with this film. Look, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I love this movie. So on my scale of play it again, Sam, hey, I didn't mind this movie. Once is enough, or give me a time stone so I never have to think about this film again. I mean, duh. Play it again, Sam. This is one of the top 3 films of the year for me. I can't get enough of this film. I would recommend it to anybody, but especially for those who are theater people, or even if you have a goal in mind and you feel that you keep doubting yourself because you're not at that point or you don't know how your life sort of turned out to the way it is, watch this. This is sort of give you that heartbeat pumping again to kind of like, you know what? I can do this. Time's a number. Time's a construct. We can do whatever the hell we want to if we continue to believe in it. So what did you guys think? Have you seen Tick, Tick, Boom? Did it blow you away as much as it did me? Because I can't stop thinking about it. You know those films, and it happens every once in a while where you walk out or you finish watching it and your blood's pumping. Like you have that like just sort of zen all over your body. This is it for me. But what did you guys think? Go ahead and leave your comments in the comments below. If you haven't already, you can follow us on Twitter at HollywoodADI, or you can hit us up with email at HollywoodAlreadyDidIt@gmail.com. We also have a podcast with the same name. That's on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere that plays podcasts. We're there. And like always, I got my ticket. You got yours.